What is up, YouTube? I'm We're going to be looking at some rather fun, interesting OCG decks this week. And man, the OCG does not disappoint me. So for those of you that don't know, Soul Fusion is now legal in the OCG, which means a little bit more interesting deck ideas are going to start kind of spewing up over the next couple of weeks or so. You have to give the OCG time to get through their Thunder Dragons and things like that. So far from what we've seen, looks like there's been a rather large output of ABC in the metagame. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that, but you'll see what I'm talking about once we get into more of the deck profiles. So we're going to be looking at DDDs and a couple of other interesting. So as per always, guys, remember, tomorrow will be Market Watch. Outside of that, I mean, everything on this channel seems to have been going pretty gosh dang good so far. So, I'm going to start with a DDD. So, we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom. 1 Ghost, triple Lamia, triple Necro Slime, triple Savant Copernicus, triple Savant Thomas, triple Savant Kepler, 2 Thomas. God damn you, Thomas the Tank Engine. Triple Slime, triple Oblivion King Ragnarok, 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Globe Bulb, triple Maxi, spells 2 Lure Darkness, triple Called by the Grave, cripple of the Dark Contract, 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 for 1, 1 Pot of Desires, and 1 Twin Twisters. The extra deck down here, 1 Link Karibo, 2 Needle Fiber, 1 Hope Harbinger, 1 Duo King Kali-Yuga, 1 Omega, 1 Formula Synchron, 1 Gust King Alexander, 1 Siegfried, of course, 1 Crystron Quandrax, 1 D-Arc, 2 Genghis, and triple of the Flame High King Executive Genghis. The side deck here, 2 Ghost Ogre, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Dark Hole, 1 Twister with 1 Feather Duster, 2 Radicator, 2 Evenly Matched, and triple Gozen Match. So the first thing I need to say here, DCG still doesn't have this guy. So it's 1 level 5 or higher DD monster, plus 1 DD monster. If another DD monster is normal or special summoned to your field while you control this card, target 1 DD monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of High King Executives once per turn. And then during your turn, when a spell trap card effect is activated, you can activate this effect as a quick effect. So, yeah, this card is pretty goddamn good. For you get a spell trap negation on top of you get the ability to have constant recursion back. Honestly, that's part of the reason why this deck is so good. Like, when you look at this, you have to understand, like, you are playing a deck that wants to climb the ladder, and obviously Needle Fiber does give this deck a lot more power, giving you just general abilities to terraform double zones, so you can shit out, you know, this guy with, you know, Quandax or even Omega. Quandax in this deck is actually pretty good value. Like, I didn't actually think about this until seeing it in this video or seeing it on this list, but if this guy is Synchro Summon, you can target monsters your opponent controls and or in their graveyard up to the number of Synchro materials used for this. Synchro Summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect. You can target one of the banished monsters, except for this guy and special summon it. 101 recursion. Like, you get spot removal, you get the ability to take back something, and to top things off, you stand at an apex of 3,000. Like, super large boss monsters are extremely good, and honestly, it's the reason why things like this can work in DDD, because once again, you're a combo deck. You basically just make sure that you can do what you need to do with literal to 0 drawback. I think that's one of the cool things about DDDs. You know, even though you're a combo deck, you know, you can still do a lot of cool things with a lot of the things built into the engine. So there is that. Moving on along. Whew, 60 card mashups. Now, the OCG has been famous for doing these 60 card whatever the hell they're doing, and this is another rendition of Gouki's for you guys. God, I love these 60 card crazy things that they do. So anyway, triple Armageddon Knight, 2 Ash Blossom, 1 Steam the Cloak, 1 Dandelion, triple Dark Grepher, triple Malicious, 1 Destrudo, 2 Stratos, 2 Ghost Bell, 2 Ghost Ogre, 1 Globe Bulb, 1 Headbat, 2 Octo Stretch, 1 Suplex, 1 Jet Synchron, 1 Ibli, triple Maxi, 1 Paladonian of the Sacred Tree, 1 Takum Tumborg, 2 Terratops, 1 Spell Striker, 1 Super Agent, 1 Vion, spells triple Hero Lives, 1 Autonomous Action Unit, Triple Called by the Grave, 1 Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, 2 enemy or emergency teleport, 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 rematch, 1 Feather Duster, triple magical midfield breaker, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 for 1, 1 Reasoning, 1 Rhoda, 1 Hornet Drones, 1 Soul Charge, and 1 Phantom Knight's Shade of Brigade. Down here in the extra deck, 1 Trigate, 1 Summon Sorceress, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Unicorn, 2 Phoenix, 1 Mermaid, 1 Gryffindor, 1 Goblin, 1 Serbi, 1 Isolde, 1 Firewall, 1 Needle Fiber, 1 Boral Sword, and 1 Invoker. Side deck here, 2 Crow, 1 Reaper, 2 Sphere Mode, triple Twin Twister, triple Evenly, triple Red Reboot, and Gumblar Dragon being in that side deck. One of the first things I have to say about this list, Reasoning is actually super spicy tech. I didn't actually think about this. God, could you imagine Gouki playing this and your opponent's just like, what do I call? I understand that like TCG has to play hand traps, so you run a very terrible risk of hitting something like Max C. I mean, there were plenty of jokes back in the day where you shouldn't play Max C in the same deck as Reasoning because you'll end up hitting it. The amount of Infernoid players I've seen do that has been incredibly high, but I think this card is a very interesting tech choice, given the way that like the OCG constructs their decks. And I mean, let's be real here. This is 60 cards. You know, your life can't be too terrible opening up Reasoning. Just saying, like, oh cool, we opened up Stratoscreffer. We just win, right? Because your normal summon ghost gets Malicious, you discard Malicious and special summon this guy, and you've got double warriors, and you just make a Soul Day. Like, the OCG version of this deck is so much more cancerous than the TCG. It actually is mind-boggling, like, how this shit has not been hit yet. Like, and it all starts because of this card. Like, thank you, Soul Day, for just being a troublesome fucking piece of shit card in the game. Well, moving along to the last list we have here. ABC. So, I've seen a lot of ABC just kind of poking its head in the OCG. Remember, Dragon Buster is at 1 there, and this deck is still doing stuff. You know, granted, you know, Needle Fiber is still a very good card, but the OCG definitely tends to head towards these things, different approaches than the TCG. And it definitely goes to show that the deck is still kicking over there, even without Ancient Fairy Dragon. So, anyway, the list. Triple Maxi, 1 Ibly, 1 Takum Tumborg, 2 Terratop, 1 Dandelion, 1 Heavy Mech Support Armor, 2 A, 1 C, and 1 B. What a monster lineup. 1 Torque Toon Gear, 2 Gold Bulb, 1 Jet Synchron, 1 O-Lion, 2 of the Ash Block, triple Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, 1 Ghost Spell, 2 Ghost Ogre, and triple Destrudo. Spells, 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Terraforming, 2 Emergency Teleport, triple Called by the Grave, 1 Set Rotation, 2 Midfield Breaker, and 2 Union Hanger. God, the OCG loves the fucking shit out of this card. Like, it sees so much play, and it's so degenerate. Let's see here. Extra deck, 1 Bomber Dragon, 1 Firewall, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Summon Sorceress, 1 Cherubini, 1 Phoenix, 2 Gobbly, 1 Cerberus, 1 Security Dragon, 1 Needle Fiber, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Mermaid, and 1 ABC Dragon Turd. In the side deck, triple Sphere Mode, 1 Shuttle Dragon, triple Shuttle Fusion, 1 Feather Duster, triple copies of Evenly Matched, 2 Red Reboot, and 1 El Shuttle Shekanaga. What the fuck? Why? This guy is on a whole nother level of spicy. You're siding fucking Fusion to end up dropping out Gold Bulb from his deck? Is this part of a combo extender? Like, I wonder what matchup he actually found himself wanting this. The OCG is a very strange place. Like, don't think that it isn't. Like, don't let their, like, spicy list confuse you by things. I also even realize, like, 95% of the extra deck down here is just Cherries targets. You know, this deck is very interesting. Like I said, OCG is a very interesting place. And, I mean, if I could go there and play, even just for a day, I would love to take the opportunity just to see some of the spiciest deck ideas some of these players come up with. So, guys, tomorrow is the guaranteed market watch I do on this channel. please, 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 please take some time out of your day, like this video, make sure you turn on those bell notifications, the way you guys can make sure that you are getting all of the content I tell you you should be getting. And, well, that's all I got for this video, guys. Deucerinos.